Good day everyone, I hope you find you well as always. In today's video we're going to go over some important legal areas around buying and selling at an auction. So I do apologise, this video is going to be a little bit corporate. You're just going to have to deal with it. This is stuff that all potential buyers and sellers should know before doing as such. We'll start out with terms and conditions, so let's get stuck right on it. First and foremost, terms and conditions, sometimes referred to as the T's and C's, apply to all bidders, no matter how or in what format you are bidding. Whether you are bidding by proxy, absentee, online or in the room, buyers will always need to make sure that they are aware of them and understand them. In order to bid, you must complete a registration form which is found on either the auction house's website or the auction house's preferred bidding platform. We use our own website and Easy Live. The links to both can be found below. Ideally, you should register to bid at least 2 days prior to auction, giving you time to understand what the terms and conditions are. You'll need to provide 2 forms of ID, these being a form of photo ID, such as your provisional driver's license, an actual driver's license, or your passport, as well as proof of address, which is typically a bank statement. If needed, the details on any type of form you completed, whether this is registration form or proxy bidding form, these details can be changed if you need to. However, the auctioneer must receive a written notification, and the changes are only effective once you've received written confirmation from the auctioneer. If the auctioneer considers your form to have an error, he or she can refuse your bid. This decision is final. So if you made an error, it's highly important you contact the auctioneer, especially if it relates to your bid, as you will be contractually obligated by this. Next up on the list is deposits. Normally an auction house will ask you for a 10% deposit. However, you need to make sure to check to see if there is a minimum amount. Please remember that when you bid and the hammer falls, you have legally entered in a binding contract. You must submit/pay the deposit at that stage, so make sure you have the clear funds. So here's a very brief overview of the deposit section after that. Firstly, how long do you have to pay the deposit? For those buying prior to the auction, you've got 48 hours. For buyers at auction, you have 24 hours to pay the deposit. Deposit tends to be worked out, as previously mentioned, 10% of the sale price, but there might be a minimum deposit amount stipulated in the T's and C's, plus the buyer's premium, which will either be $3,600 plus VAT or 2% of the sale price. It's usually whatever is the minimum amount. Upon paying the deposit, you normally have between 20 and 28 days to complete on the sale. Moving on to absentee and proxy bids. If you're bidding in this manner, you should fill out a remote or proxy bidding form, which can either be found on the auction house's website or their preferred bidding platform. Again, ours listed in the links below. Make sure you complete the form in full and remember to enter your maximum amount you want to bid. This must be an exact figure, because by bidding by this method you've appointed an auctioneer to bid on your behalf as an authorised agent. They can bid up to but not in excess of this amount. So it must be an exact figure, otherwise your bid will be invalidated, or even worse, the auctioneer may bid more than what you wanted to bid. The auctioneer will not disclose your maximum bid price to anyone. Now again, we've got a longer section, so just bear with while I finish up this last little bit. This will be the last section covered by this video. We're finishing with terms of sale/conduct of auction. Let's get right to it and make this as short and sweet possible. It is important to remember that you will be deemed to have read and understood all of the important notices to buyers and bidders, such as the buyer's terms and conditions and the common auction conditions, which are also available to view on most auction houses' websites and within their property catalogues. You can see ours by clicking on the links below. You'll also be deemed to have provided all professional and legal advice necessary, as well as to have made all inquiries and have knowledge of the relevant announcements for the lot you wish to bid for. At any time up to the commencement of bidding, amendments or additions can be made to the lot in question, or the conditions of sale or other matters relating to the lot in question. Amendments are published by written and verbal addenda from the rostrum, so make sure that you listen carefully to the auctioneer at the very beginning of the auction before the bidding even starts. You will be deemed to have such knowledge, which also applies to all successful bids. After a bid has been successful, the auctioneer or those authorised by him will sign the memorandum on your behalf. If you are physically not there to do so, you will then be sent a copy as soon as your deposit funds are received and cleared. in accordance with the common auction conditions, particularly clauses 5.5, A5.5 and A5.6. Successful bidders are required to fill out a due diligence form, which is sometimes called the Anti-Money Laundering Regulations form, and provide the information stated on the form. You will also be deemed to have read the requirements for bidders and buyers under money laundering regulations and will fully comply with them. Hope you've enjoyed this brief guide, and thank you for watching to the end of this video. Let you people return to your day, enjoy it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and check the links down below if you need more information.